Dinosaur. Oops. I think this book was signed, wasn't it? I thought it was signed.
What's this?
Oh. Maybe not. Zachary, do you know who gave you this book?
What?
Grandma Velda gave you this book.
Oh.
Yeah. The Case of the Missing Hat. Drat, said Detective Dinosaur. Where is my hat? It is missing. Detective Dinosaur looked in his desk. No hat. He looked on his bookshelf. He looked in his wastebasket. He saw a banana peel, but no hat. Bring! The phone rang. It was Chief Tyrannosaurus. Chief, said Detective Dinosaur, something awful has happened. My hat is missing. That is awful, said Chief Tyrannosaurus. Ask Deputy Diplodocus at the Office of Missing Hats. Maybe he has seen your hat. Okay, Chief, said Detective Dinosaur. He went to the Office of Missing Hats. He saw big hats and small hats, silk hats and straw hats. Where is my hat? He asked Deputy Diplodocus. It is still missing. I am sorry, said Deputy Diplodocus. Detective Dinosaur walked away and ran into Officer Pterodactyl. You look sad, sir, she said. I have just come from the Office of Missing Hats, said Detective Dinosaur. I saw many hats, but I did not see my hat. Drat! It is still missing. But, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl, what is on your head? Detective Dinosaur reached up and felt something on his head. It's my hat! Cried Detective Dinosaur. It's no longer missing. Officer, how can I ever thank you? No need, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. Glad to help out. Case closed. The Case of the Squeaking Shoe. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were on patrol one morning. Squeak! Each time Detective Dinosaur took a step, he heard a squeak. Officer Pterodactyl, said Detective Dinosaur, each time I take a step, my shoe squeaks. Perhaps it's too tight, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. No, said Detective Dinosaur. It fits me fine. Perhaps your shoe is old, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. No, said Detective Dinosaur. It's brand new. Perhaps your shoe needs polish, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. No, said Detective Dinosaur. I polished it this morning. Then I do not know, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. I think my shoe squeaks, said Detective Dinosaur, because it's angry.
Look it.
Yeah. Shoes do not get angry, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. Well, mine does, said Detective Dinosaur. When I was a little dinosaur and I got angry, my mother would sing to me. I will sing my shoe. Detective Dinosaur sang, Oh, shoe, my shoe, do not feel bad. I am not mean. I am not mad. What makes you squeak with all your might? Are your shoelaces tied too tight? Oh, go away, said a small voice. Did you speak, shoe? Asked Detective Dinosaur. No, said the voice. I did. The mouse climbed out of the shoe. I was trying to take a nap, said the mouse, but each time you took a step, your big foot squeezed me. Now let me down and stop singing. Detective Dinosaur let the mouse jump out and run away. Then he put on a shoe and took a step. There was no squeak. Hooray, said Detective Dinosaur. My shoe is no longer angry. Officer Pterodactyl shook her head and flew away. Detective Dinosaur walked on without a sound. Night patrol. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were on night patrol. It was quiet and dark. Psst! Officer Pterodactyl, said Detective Dinosaur. I think someone's following us. Do not worry, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. It's only our shadows. Suddenly they heard a noise. Clang!
It was the Cobra King with the spiky tail.
It came from down a dark alley. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl tiptoed down the alley. They peeked around a corner and saw a huge dark shadow. The shadow was slamming something big and round on the ground. Clang! Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were afraid. What is it? Asked Detective Dinosaur. I don't know, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. but it is big. Perhaps it's a robber, said Detective Dinosaur. Robbers are quiet, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. Perhaps it's a monster, said Detective Dinosaur. Perhaps we should call the police. We are the police, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. Oh, you're right, officer, said Detective Dinosaur.
I want to read it.
It's up to us.
I want to read it. I want to read it.
This is the police, he yelled, bravely.
I want to read
Okay,
it.
go ahead. Come out with your hands up.
I want to.
Okay, hold on. We'll turn the page.
I want to.
Turn the page.
But my tail got caught and I came out with different.
Do you see what he did?
But I closed now, so I kept it.
No, you're good.
I'm so glad it's not a monster. Oh, you want? Do you want all the shadows on the night? No.
The end.
Mom, will you read that book?